chassis tweaked, engine tuned on a shiny high-performance race car, soon to be hurled down the four-wheel equivalent of a slip and slide. Not innocent child's play, but a quick game of chance, only for the brave. This is Trucks and Tractor Power, featuring the all-stars of the four-wheel and off-road Jamboree Spring Nationals. Welcome to Trucks and Tractor Power on the Nashville Network. Today we're at the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio for the four-wheel and off-road Jamboree Spring Nationals. Hi everybody, I'm Gary Lee. It is wet, it is miserable. It's been pouring all day. I've moved inside the remote facility. But hey, don't worry, it doesn't matter to these mud races. They'll put on a great show, rain or shine. And right now, this storm that's hovering over Ohio is not the only storm brewing. Here with more on today's competition is my colleague, Army Armstrong.
Gary, Class 6 in Lima, Ohio in a mud competition could be one of the best races of the year. All the heavy hitters are in town because Ohio is the home state for NMRO, the National Mud Racing Organization. All these guys want to do good. We got Gary Olstein. He came all the way up from South Florida. We got Tater coming out of the state of Missouri. This guy's always a tough player, but everybody's eyes roll back when through the pits rolled the two Toms, Tom Mintz and Tom Martin. Why did their eyes roll back? Very simple. Both drivers showed up with a vehicle with the same name on it. Now, Gary, that's kind of like going to the prom and both your girlfriends show up wearing the same dress. We could be building a major rivalry right here.
Well, thank you for that compliment that I would have two girlfriends showing up for the prom when I didn't even go to my prom. Well, it's the unlimited panel tire class, track conditions, heavy mud, hard pan bottom. The national record for this distance, 2.592.
Well, that's on the 180-foot pit. A 2.59 is a good number to lay down.
Here's Chad Miller in the Instant T out of Tipp City, Ohio. That's just a bit north of Dayton, Ohio, so he's not had to come too far. And from Milford, Indiana, Tony Farrell in the Blue Ribbon Bandit.
Everybody's keeping an eye on these fellas till they draw that #1 spot. You notice the driver looking around. He's trying to pick and choose where he's going to make the lane. The #1 driver in each lane has an advantage nobody else does. He's got a relatively smooth track in front of him. From this point on, ruts will develop. Whoa, look at this. Whoa,
oh, look at that. Excuse me for laughing, but I have never seen a guy.
I'm not laughing. I'm trying to get away out of this tire.
Drive out of his tires. Oh, man.
Let me check this out here.
Well, I was about to say that Chad Miller had a problem with Instant T when we see the rear tires roll away from Tony Farrell, and he completes the run at a near record speed. Chad Miller broke. He's out there in the quagmire.
He's going to find out who his friends are real quick.
Now watch this again. I have never, in 20 years of covering motorsports, I've never seen this happen.
He just made so much horsepower, I believe he just broke the studs. Like I said, let me see if I can find out. That's I've never seen that before either, Gary.
Well, let's go down trackside and see what we can make of this mess.
Well, the Blue Ribbon Bandit has definitely had better days. First of all, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm all right.
Okay, what happened?
I don't know. It looks like it broke all my studs off. That's the first time we really ran outdoors in them big old paddles this car. It looked like it's doing its job. It's hooking up. I just got to do a little more beefing up on the rear end.
Okay, now, the film crew and I are kind of new to the sport. Is that a classic case of blowing the tires off?
Yeah, I guess you'd call it. I knew something was wrong when I seen both tires pass me.
That has got to be an observation most drivers have never made in the cockpit. We're coming back with more action from Lima, Ohio. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio, as Ford Trucks present the Penda four-wheel and off-road Jamboree Spring Nationals, a part of the B.F. Goodrich Performance Series. Gary Lee along with Army Armstrong, and the missing back rubber from the Blue Ribbon Bandit being returned to the pit area as we take a look at Gary Osteen, the Dirty Bird. He's up from Florida, and he comes a long, long way to compete here in Ohio from Daytona Beach, Florida.
He's going up against Vandalia, Ohio's own Tom Marsh. These guys are both players in the sport. Marsh relies on supercharged Chevrolet engine. Osteen comes out, Ford. So if nothing else, one of them's going to go out of here with bragging rights. Check the guy in between the two cars, the starter. He's getting down. Whoa, look at that Ford.
Osteen through the traps in a hurry with the Dirty Bird. And he comes up with a time of 2.60.
World record's 2:59. He goes a 2:60 right off the bat. Marsh has problems in the pit. Something breaks in the rear end of the vehicle.
Take a look again, the far lane, Tom Marsh.
He actually left first, but boy, Olstein started miling iron.
Yeah, Gary takes it, and he's standing by now with Army Armstrong.
Gary, the track looks real heavy out there for the amount of horsepower you're making.
It is. It hooks awful hard. You take as many horsepowers that we have here, and the amount of the type of tires and stuff that we use, it's, you know, very hard on the equipment. It hooks good, it leaves good, and it's very, very tacky.
As we take a look now at the money pit, there's Fred Wilhite in his 48 Fiat, and he will pull up alongside Stanley Trimble. Fred out of Decatur, Illinois. I love the name of this vehicle, the money pit. And there's a look at Stanley out of Kentucky and Mr. T's Rat.
Well, Gary, both drivers working their way into the starting line, kind of inching forward. What you're looking at is an Interly injector on top of a supercharger, sitting on top of a 500-plus cubic inch supercharged Chevrolet engine. What I'm telling you, you're looking at about 1,800 horsepower. The lane closest to us, basically the same engine combination. A 500 cubic inch supercharged Chevrolet engine on alcohol really works good this fast.
Well, Fred got in trouble right there, almost went out of bounds on the left side of his lane.
Yeah, but that messes the track up for everybody behind them, Gary. See, they've rutted the track now for everybody behind them. That's where that luck of the draw of drawing early in the field is going to pay dividends today, I believe.
Take a look again. Wilhite, the money pit, gets in trouble about halfway down.
So he's hooking to the left now.
Yeah. Well, let's go down trackside and talk to Fred Wilhite.
Kind of a busy couple of seconds out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I took about 300 foot in a 200-foot track. I got a plumb sideways.
Dan Schlegel up next in his homemade Chatterbox. He's also a Buckeye racer, featuring a 461 cubic inch blow and Alki Chevy. And he pulls alongside Bob Monk out of Merrill, Michigan, in a vehicle he calls the Mud Stud.
I tell you, Monk is really a player in the sport. Good camera shot. Look at the groove on the front tires and the groove on the rear tires. All tires are trying to bite, but there is a difference in the front tire combination and the rear. Monk laid down, right at the very end of the
Mud Stud at 285. A good run, but still not quick enough to put him at the top of the leaderboard. And Dan is at 3.06 in his homemade creation, the Chatterbox. Take a look again, Army.
A decent run till right at the end. Watch Monk. He's kind of drifting, but all of a sudden something to cause him to hook.
Could that be the ruts we saw earlier from Fred Wilhite?
Exactly.
The track rutted up from an earlier run that may have bitten Bob Monk. And there is a look at Tater, Ron Pence, the veteran out of Fredericktown, Missouri. And he pulls alongside Mike Hickerson.
Boy, the caliber of mud racer, as Mike comes out, keeps getting better and better and better. Every time we come out, there's better equipment. Both of these guys are capable of not worrying about the ruts, actually getting on top like skipping a rock. If they can go straight, you're going to see
look at Tater. Look at Tater.
Keep it on the right lane, Gary.
Hang on. Oh, don't take your hands off the steering wheel, bud.
Safe.
Jeez. I'm not sure what he was trying to protect there. A 2.56 breaks the national record. Now watch this run again.
Good news, bad news for Hickerson. You set the world record. Bad news. He went quicker. He just bumped you out of it.
Now let's hear from the man a few words, Ron Pence.
Ron, 2.556. You go to the lead and set a new world record all in one fell swoop.
Well, that's good. I like that. Like to hear that.
Did it feel good to you? It looked like you made power all the way through.
Yeah, it run good. I was surprised, as rough as that pit was, it run as good as it did.
Well, let's go back and take a look at a couple of guys, both of them besting the old national record. Watch the far lane.
Gary, that has to be the fastest side-by-side run in the history of the sport. Both vehicles went quicker than the existing world record. Now, right here, he bursts the throttle. Showtime right now.
And there's a view of a race car you never like to see. Let's go back down trackside and talk to Mike Hickerson. Army, what's he have to say about that run?
You and Ron Pence could have made the quickest side-by-side race in history. Congratulations. Plus, we want to thank you for letting us see the bottom of that thing, too.
I didn't plan on doing that, believe me. It was kind of unexpected. I expected the front of the car to come up, but not quite as high as it did. But I'm still learning how to drive the car, and it felt good, so I just stayed with it.
Let me give you a clue. if you're still learning how to drive the car, you're supposed to keep it on all four wheels. Good run. We'll see you later.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Ernie.
So far, the competition has been fast and spectacular with more to come. Stay with us. We welcome you back to Lima, Ohio. The weather is not cooperating, but I tell you what, Army, the competition has been spectacular and very fast. As we take a look at the leaderboard, a couple of new national records. Ron Pence at 2.55 is the record holder in Tater. Mike Hickerson, exciting, spectacular, and second on the leaderboard at 2.56. Tony Farrell laid down the gauntlet with his first run of 2.59.
With no rear wheels.
Well, at the end of the run, that's right.
Exactly right.
Spit
Yeah.
both of them
He
off.
could have even gone quicker.
Here's a look at Jimmy Carr, and never satisfied. Well, we'll see if he's satisfied after this run. He's out of Trenton, New Jersey, a famous racing town. The IndyCars ran there for so many years. And there is a look at the Port Brothers Express with Jeff Ballard, a member of the 2-Second Club. Jeff won the '92 Spring Nationals in Columbus, Ohio.
Jeff's the one that runs that underslung chassis we were talking about. Remember, a moment ago I said if you can get up on top of this mud, it's like skipping a rock. That's the theory behind the vehicle in the far lane. He wants to stay on top. Meanwhile, never satisfied, not getting the run he wants. Ballard made a decent run. I don't know what the numbers are going to come out. Hey.
Good,
Yeah.
good, but not good enough for today.
Not today.
267 for the Port Brothers. And there's a look at Jimmy Carr's 3.48. But once again, the time to beat at 2:55. And we look one more time.
Both drivers stay up on top. Ballard in the far lane gets a much smoother run. The near lane started porpoising on him, bouncing up and down, and he just had to back on the throttle, Gary.
267 normally be an excellent ride, but not even fast enough at the top three here this afternoon.
That's the caliber of the competition. I was telling you, each week we go out, these mud racers are flat, getting blood in their eyes. They're getting serious and going real fast.
Well, we talk about the gals that wore the same dress to the prom. Here's one of them, Tom Meents in the Mud Patrol, the 32 Ford Roadster with the big 509 Keith Black engine. He's out of Paxton, Illinois, and he is no stranger to victory lane.
Now, he comes over with the Mud Patrol name this year. He followed the name Shake Me last year. We're going to follow that story and try to keep you up to date on it as the year goes along. He goes up against a 23 Ford. The Jerry Schofield out of Ohio, probably part of the Buckeye gang that's doing so well here today.
Whiplash, I like that name too.
You know, like I say, when a game's less than 3 seconds long, Whiplash is a good name for a vehicle.
All right, once again, that time to beat at 2:55. Look at Tom Meents. Excellent ride, but let's check the time. Oh, 2:64. Still not good enough for the top three.
What an awesome. He still got it, man. He may have put a different name and a different body on that vehicle. But old Tom Terrific in that far lane can still rock and roll you.
A look again at what normally would be an excellent ride, but not quick enough for the top three here in Lima, Ohio this afternoon.
No cigar.
It has been a wet, sloppy afternoon, a very heavy racetrack, but obviously these guys have made the necessary chassis adjustments, and they're all going quick.
They're all going left, right, straight, quick. All right, here. What's the name of this vehicle?
Mud Patrol.
I've seen that somewhere before.
This is Tom Martin in his Mud Patrol. He's out of Portage, Indiana, northern part of the Hoosier State, and he will go up against Neil Smith in the American Thunder.
The other part of the Tom Terrific show with the name Mud Patrol.
These guys got to check with each other during the offseason to see what they're calling their vehicles.
Yeah. Neil Smith comes out now. He's running a Chrysler Hemi engine in the far lane, 23 Ford body, excuse me. You know, this track can still hold a lot of horsepower. That's what's so amazing about it. Martin leaves Blake's going to pull him on the other end. What kind of time do we have?
Hang on. Oh, he takes a 180, slides to a stop. A 260. That is fourth quick time. And 278.
With a slide.
It's amazing how quick these guys are here this afternoon. I really did not think the track would be this quick.
Well, I think it's surprising everybody because it is really holding the horsepower.
Talk about getting on top of the racetrack.
These guys are having to bronco these rascals through. There's no easy shot to be taken today. You got to ride them.
Well, let's go down now and talk to Tom Martin.
Tom, a brand spanking new car. You satisfied with the way it handled?
Well, it handled pretty good. You know, I didn't get it hooked up right. I think I might have the motor turned up a little too hard. The starting line was real slick, and I felt like it blew the tires away. It didn't really get a hold of the track.
And he has to slide in a 180, and he gets her stopped. Let's go back trackside now in Army Armstrong.
Gary, we talked to you earlier about the battle over the name Mud Patrol between the two Toms. Well, both drivers were players today. However, they did not finish in the top three. And the way things are going and the way people are not talking to each other in both of these camps, I got a feeling this is not the last we're going to hear of this battle. Hatfield and McCoy's may be nothing compared to what's going to happen here before the year's over. Back to you, Gary.
Well, we'll fight it out in mud balls and not bullets like the Hatfields and McCoys. Uh-oh, we've got a problem here on the Tom Martin's Mud Patrol. He's leaking some transmission
He
fluid.
actually broke a transmission case is where that's coming from.
It has been a sloppy afternoon, a very fast one, though, as Ron Pence and Tater has that new national record at 2:55. Mike Hickerson second in Mind Games, and third is Tony Farrell. At the top of the show, Army said the NMRO wanted to put on a great show right here in their home state, and they're doing so far this afternoon in Lima, Ohio. We've got more competition coming your way. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Allen County Fairgrounds here in Lima, Ohio, where Ford Trucks present the Penda four-wheel and off-road Jamboree Spring Nationals, a part of the B.F. Goodrich Performance Series. These jamborees offer a host of activities for the truck lover as well as the entire family. To find out more, call or write the Special Events Promotion Company. And as we get ready for our final matchup, let's take a look at some of the highlights from earlier in today's competition. First, Donnie Klink Jr. in the Jeep Funny Car Wild Thing with that small block blow-on Alki Chevy engine. Donnie in the near lane taking on Paul Olnick in the far lane. Olnick brakes. Donnie Klink turns in a respectable 292.
And like you say, on any other day, anything under 3 seconds is good.
Mike Camella in Bonkers, the 1990 Chevy with a 509 cubic inch blow-on Alki Chevy. Mike catching a single and blowing a head gasket.
Blowing a head gasket, got a little bit of a fuel fire on him. Safety equipment did its job, Gary.
Neil Smith out of Georgia, and another bullet in his arsenal, American Thunder 2. Smith, who had already turned in a 260 against Tom Martin. This time he draws Brian Bailey in the far and runs an impressive 286 in his second car.
Remember the name, Neil Smith. He's a young up-and-comer in the sport.
Our final matchup pits Mike Yosha in extremely hyperactive, a Vicky with a 461 nitrous injected Alki engine. And he will go up against Henry Mattingly in Magnum Force out of Winchester, Kentucky.
Now, Yosha's running an engine combination that's pretty normal in the sport, but on the other side, Mattingly's running a 440 cubic inch wedge Chrysler Hemi engine. Not that many people run the 440. A lot of people run the Hemi, Gary, as you well know, but to run a 440 wedge motor, it's kind of different. That's the Magnum Force vehicle we're looking at right now. And I'm kind of anxious to see what kind of horsepower that engine will make. Yosha's out good. Decent run. Wait a minute, Gary.
Oh, right through the Hydra barriers.
Whoa.
He took a ride through and over them. You can see the damage, and the driver is okay.
Well, the barrier absorbed the impact. Safety crew's right there. He's climbing out. Okay, he's going to be all right, Gary.
Mattingly had a 361 before running into the water barriers. Take a look once again. Yosha turns in a 3.09. Yosha's in trouble right here.
Yeah.
All the focus went to that left lane.
But
And
look,
Mattingly just kind of turns left himself.
and then all of a sudden it's just like it's drifting to the left on it. Now, the barriers are not designed to stop you. They're designed to slow you down. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They're filled with water. They absorb the energy. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it kept him out of harm's way. Yeah,
They
there
work
you go.
very well.
End of statement. A lot of research and development going on with these safety barriers, aren't there, Gary?
Well, Mattingly surveys the damage. Could have been worse had he hit a concrete wall, but he walks away as we take a look at our final standings. Ron Pence is the victor with the new national record at 255. Mike Hickerson second in Mind Games at 256. And Tony Farrell rounds out the top three in the Blue Ribbon Bandit at 259. Well, once again, let's go to victory lane and talk with our winner, Ron Pence.
Gary, a world record, big win and everything. Ron, how's it make you feel to take a win against these guys? Because every one of these fellas are closing in on you.
Well, it's real good to take a win anymore. They're farther apart all the time, it seems like.
What about the world records? That make you feel good?
You bet. Anytime you get a world record, makes you feel good.
Congratulations to you.
Thanks.
The fans have seen a record afternoon here, and also a very safe afternoon, as Mattingly talks about his incident that could have been a whole lot worse had it not been for those Hydra barriers. Well, once again, our congratulations to Ron, Pence, and Tater and that new world record. For Army Armstrong, I'm Gary Lee. We'll see you next week on Trucks and Tractor Power. Now here's news of an exciting video release from Diamond P Sports.
How do you top? Two great videos from Diamond P Sports. With a hat, of course. By calling 1-800-257-6161, you get, and they walked away, volumes 1 and 2. You save $5, and you get a free Diamond P hat. Featuring the most spectacular spins, flips, wrecks, and fires from the Diamond P archives, this combo is a great motorsports entertainment bargain. With rare footage from drag racing, stock cars, outlaw, swamp buggies, road racing, and more. And now you get a free Diamond P Sports hat as a bonus. You can't top it. To order with credit card, call 1-800-257-6161 or send check or money order for $44.90 plus $6 shipping and handling to the address on your screen. That's 1-800-257-6161.